long before. I dropped him off at a bus stop, dude, like well over 10 years ago. He had like a fucking hunting rifle and a backpack full of clothes, and he got on a Greyhound to California and lived on the streets. With a hunting rifle? I think he ended up pawning it.
Yeah, I don't think he could take that to California.
He stopped in Las Vegas for a while.
He was like on Craigslist hitching rides and shit. It's a true story.
He went.
I believe it, dude.
He called me. He was like, "Man, I'm getting ready to sell my gun, but first I'm spending the night at the Mandalay Bay Casino. I've got tickets to see Jason Aldean tomorrow."
Welcome back to This Place Sucks. Today we got Jason Winkler.
Jason Winkler.
Hello.
Welcome to the pod.
Live
For
from
those
Madison,
that,
Indiana.
Come to the live show. Jason was a part of that, which was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Had a good time.
Yep.
Great time.
He had a great set, man.
Hot set. It was good.
Yeah, it was hot.
Be a familiar face for some of you, but for others, he's new.
Yeah.
And we'll plug stuff later, but check him out at is it Jason Winkler Comedy? At
Jason Winkler Comedy, all one word.
Yeah.
On Instagram, dude.
And the talk. And
He's
the
on
TikTok.
the talk, man.
And I just made a talk myself.
Dude,
Yeah, me
I
too.
heard y'all talking about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was a move. My first little video on there did okay. I've only put 3 clips on, you know. I'm not burning all my material.
Dude.
All 15 minutes.
First video I ever put on the talk wasn't even stand-up related. It was just a video of Hoagie, my dog, looking all sad in front of one of those Sarah McLachlan commercials. Like he was looking sad in front of it. And I was like, I have to film this. And I told him, like, bro, that's you. That used to be you.
Did it do numbers?
I got about 2K. And
Not
then
bad.
I did dub the Angel by the one and only Sarah McLachlan. And then it got taken down because of copyright infringement.
And that's heavy.
Well, no, it's still up there. It's just muted, which
This was
that's
on
the whole
TikTok?
point. It is on TikTok. But yeah, he made out the mud. He's not in there anymore.
And we've been
Lives with
thinking
me.
about doing some not stand-up type of shit
Yeah.
just to get
Just some goofy,
some traction.
silly videos.
Some silly stuff, you know.
some skits, you know.
Get skit
Us
face.
and Danny DeVito over there, you
Yeah.
know, just
Yeah.
wandering
Maybe we
around.
get in a shopping cart and roll it down a hill.
hit a
Or-
bush, you know.
Or roll it through a field next to a perfectly paved road.
Yeah.
Which is what the fine folks of Madison, Indiana do.
Yeah,
that we
we
found
can do
earlier.
Yeah, and they do.
Well, what we have here is a system where you push the whole shopping cart home, and then you just kind of leave it there. And then whatever happens,
Well,
happens.
it looks like they were taking it to the store.
And
'Cause it looked like they were coming from a home.
That's something that Tim Dillon would crash out about.
That was
I-
their personal
I would like to hear
cart.
him crash out about people.
It was
that
it
steal
said
shopping
Walmart on
carts.
it as personal.
Yeah.
Okay.
They picked that one.
Can you buy cards like a la carte?
I don't know, dude. I don't work at Walmart, man.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we're on the air.
Oh,
I don't work at Walmart, man. I don't have a job.
That's
I'm a
good.
stand-up comedian.
nice.
Yeah.
Me too.
And I fight crime.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I crime fight. You know what I mean? My fighting style is criminal.
And
Yeah.
we'll
Cat
edit that
burglar.
out. No, we don't sell.
Okay.
We don't sell the carts, dude.
Well, I had a great joke. Because I said, "Can you buy the cart
Yeah.
a la carte?"
A la carte.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
that's
now
pretty
me
good.
explaining the joke, it
was-
definitely
it was
wasn't a
funny.
good
It was
one.
funny.
No,
so-
that is a good one.
No,
I
it's
missed
bad.
that.
The viewers,
I whiffed it,
I
dude.
suck.
the viewers at home are loving it right now.
Yeah,
dude.
I hope so.
Hell yeah, man. So we just got back from this like new style restaurant where you can just eat as much food as you want for a set price. What was it called?
The
88
Kings
buffet.
Yeah, dude. You had to be. It was founded by 88 different Chinese
Yeah.
kings. It was men through Ming, dude.
Yeah.
Many men.
Yeah.
You many men.
Wish
You
death
many man.
upon me. Shout out 50.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
crazy that he has beef with so many midgets.
Yeah, I don't know what he
I
did.
like 50, man. He's real.
Yeah.
My favorite part about dinner tonight, though, I just want to talk about my favorite part about
Oh,
dinner.
here we fucking
was
go,
where it
dude.
started.
Here we go,
The very
dude.
first thing Jordan says to me was, "Jason, this is buffet style." Someone that
know if
looks
you
like
knew.
him comes up to someone like me and says, "I don't know if you've ever been to one of these fancy places.
A fancy
they
eatery
call
like this,
an
dude.
all-you-can-eat Chinese buffet." But basically, you can just get as many plates as you want. It's buffet style here, and clearly I didn't know by all the lines of food that you could just get.
And I wasn't there for this conversation.
I thought I was putting him on
but
game.
I felt like I was because I heard about it the entire meal, dude.
I thought I was putting him on game.
I'm still mad about it.
Now, have you heard of Dairy Queen?
Oh.
Now, go ahead and sound off in the comments if you dip your sugar biscuits in the sweet and sour sauce.
Well, first
because
off,
I got exiled from my goddamn table tonight, dude.
Is another thing. Those are donuts.
They're sugar
now,
biscuits.
granted, they are literally biscuits fried with sugar on them.
Yeah.
But you don't see me go to a donut shop and be like, can I get one of the, can I get a plain glazed sugar biscuit?
Let me get a stack of extra flaky Pillsbury.
Can I get a side of sweet and sour sauce to dip?
No, it was whack.
Listen.
You know, most people, they get their regular plate and
Yeah,
they get a
and then a
dessert
dessert plate.
afterward.
But no,
He's
every time.
stacking motherfucking donuts on teriyaki chicken skewers. Yeah, it was wild. We
it's
were all
buffet style, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know if you, I don't know if you two have ever been to a
for me. I've never
Chinese
seen
buffet,
one.
but you shove everything available onto one plate, dude, and eat it all at the same time.
You know what? You guys ever see that movie Blank Check?
Yeah.
No.
So his limo driver puts him on game in that, and in the Chinese buffet, he lines his pockets with Ziploc bags.
Ooh,
and then fills his pockets up with food. He said, and because he has a good point, dude. It's not called an all-you-can-eat here buffet. Yeah. It's an all-you-can-eat.
You could have fought that tonight.
I should pay $10 and never have to pay for a meal again in my goddamn life.
You tried to take some to go tonight, and they were like, "Well, I'm not going to
pay for."
They said, "Oh, you got to put it on the scale."
Yeah,
you got to weigh it. Dude.
How much did that weigh?
I think it was like $15 a gram. They think, "Oh, here comes a little white boy. We can charge him 15 a G." Nah, dude, I'll pay you fucking 10 at best. You're lucky if I give you 10 a G.
But if you had those Ziplocs, I mean, you got some skinny pants on. I don't know how much of that honey chicken and fried rice you would have gotten in there. But you could have gotten a meal's worth.
I would have worn my baggy jeans.
The Janko jeans.
Yeah, I would have put the Janks on.
With a PlayStation in the back pocket, dude.
Dude, if you want to steal from a Chinese buffet, you have to go in dressed like one of the Columbine shooters.
Yeah,
Trench coat,
Here we
baggy
go again,
pants,
dude.
Shout out.
and you just stuff your
Shout out.
We're not shouting out.
Oh, we took it too far. Cancel the show, dude. I'm ripped.
What's crazy,
First of all, they're dead.
Yeah, I'm shouting out the poor fucking victims, dude. You piece of shit.
What I would have said is,
You over here trying to cosplay killers, and I'm out here shouting out the victims, dude. Who's the bad guy?
look, all I said was that the
Why don't you
best
edit that
fit.
out? Why don't we go ahead and start the show right here?
And welcome back to
This Place Sucks.
Password
We got
Lounge.
Jason Winkler here tonight, folks.
Hell yeah.
Great.
I thought we were doing it the whole time. I don't even know when this podcast
And
starts.
you don't need to.
That's great. I
You
can't
don't
wait.
need to. You
I'll
don't
do
need
some fancy editing, dude.
You
Where
got
I
that Premiere Pro or you a
Just
Final Cut
hit
guy?
Well,
I'm using
all
a little
you need
something
to
called
do is just
VSGC.
I've never even heard of that one, dude.
It's
Go ahead and
$30
Must be
a
good.
year. It's the cheapest program out there. It's basically like a clip and cut and paste. There's a couple fucking effects and shit, but I don't fool with most of it. It's just a simple, here's the video, dude. Here's what you got, and here's what you get.
So yeah, we can beep out a lot of stuff. We're
Heck
fine,
yeah.
man. This is fine.
I had Premiere Pro. I had the Creative Cloud for a hot minute.
Dude,
We
I
got
had a
we got
DaVinci
Sony
Resolve,
Vegas,
Yeah.
DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, I had the Creative Cloud.
Microsoft. What's that one?
Excel.
Windows Movie Maker.
Yeah.
We've got that. We've got-
We're close to Louisville, so I want to shout out the University of Kentucky. Go Cats! Anyways,
Welcome back to KSR Radio. I'm Matt Jones.
But the reason why I'm shouting them out because my minor was in digital media, so I got a Creative Cloud membership for free as a student, and I graduated in 2015, so I got to use that.
Hell yeah.
In about 2019, the University of Kentucky realized that I no longer was a student, so it didn't
Held
work.
on to it for a
So
while.
you went from a college graduate to Shannon the Dude real quick, bro.
Yeah.
Well, shout out
That's
UK in 2024 for the third year consecutively. They ranked highest in college rape cases per capita per amount of student body. So
that's some heavy research that you've been doing on
that's
that.
Cool. That's crazy. You'd shout him out for that, dude. That's
crazy that you
Columbine. That's the line. But you do that.
Well, shout out
this show, dude.
This place sucks.
This place
it
sucks,
also
man.
is hot as balls in this room.
It
I don't
gets
know if we
warm
can.
pretty quick.
Yeah, I mean, almost.
You want me to open a window?
I'll crack a window,
dude. Crack a window.
Don't worry
I'm
about
sorry
that.
if we had to do this mid-show, but I don't know how long these go, and I'm already sweating.
No, we
hard.
usually we always shoot for an hour.
Okay,
sure.
Yeah.
And if we go over, it's fine.
Yeah.
But we always want to try to get
tight
an
hour. Tight.
And we don't
60.
like, and this kind of shit though. This is every podcast.
Yeah.
And anytime we have a guest, this is what we like to do. We like to just go riff, whatever. What we get. Because then we don't put any pressure on anybody.
No,
to
it's
try to
great.
fucking, so
I didn't have to study for a specific subject.
I know everybody that's listened up until this point has loved this so far.
Yeah, no,
I know my audience.
But tell us now, who is Jason Winkler? Where'd you get your start? Where'd you get your name? Who are your parents? What are you about?
Yeah,
what's your
what's
deal?
your social security number?
So Social Security 410.
I got a 401.
I got a 405, dude.
Damn, dude.
Mr. 40, is that Mr. 405? Is that?
Yeah. Mr.
Mr. Worldwide.
Statewide. Madison.
Mr. Tri-County. Mr. Statewide.
Carrollton,
405.
Kentucky.
Yeah.
Where's Jay? So I am a boomerang, if you will. I was born in the lovely city of Nashville. So of course I'll wear Zany's hat to support the club there.
Nasty
Nashville. Yeah, they always call it that.
Deal.
It's the bachelorette capital of the world.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it is. Yes, it is.
When I was the ripe age of 7 years old, I moved to Union, Kentucky, which we just call Cincinnati.
I call it Union.
Yeah, Northern Kentucky is South Cincinnati.
Yeah, it's
That's
just
the rules.
when you say NKY, no one really knows what that is.
Unless you're a Norse.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Yeah, go Norse, Norse up,
Yeah,
dude.
yeah, can't even get a football team.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, they got soccer.
NKY hates heroin.
They don't like it there.
They're not a fan.
And yeah, grew up there. And then I, graduated from school. I'm just giving you the full story. Went to the great University of Kentucky.
Hell yeah.
From 2010 to 2015.
Lexington.
Yeah, in Lexington, I call it the Promised Land. It's
No, you like Lexington.
I love Lexington.
Like
yeah,
Lex.
I lived there for about 7 years.
I've never really been a big fan of Lexington. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna
I lived in Versailles and Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Lexington was the spot to go because both of those places sucked.
Yeah.
So it's not Lexington's all right, but of the major cities.
Oh, it's not like a destination. It's just like if you want to go watch a mediocre college football team, but before you do that, you go to a horse race and get pretty hammered.
Yeah.
That's the place to do it.
Yeah.
Shout out
If you
Keeneland.
want to see a world-class college basketball game and then like flip a car and burn a couch.
Yeah, we definitely set some couches on fire.
So you were down there
tenttively set a car on fire.
We were both, I'm assuming both on State Street.
Yeah, I was on State Street 2012.
2012 and 2013.
UConn game.
Scarier moment was when I went in 2015.
UConn was the 2014.
Yeah, 2015. So I was there for my super senior year.
Hell yeah. Fifth
where
round
we
freshman,
were going.
Hell yeah.
Where we were going undefeated, and we made it to the Final Four against Frank the Tank in Wisconsin. And we're watching this game at my buddy's house, a block away from State Street. I'm like, it's going to be the best night ever, dude. We're going to be so close to all the action. And then we lost. So what already looks like a war zone because people are happy, and now people are angry, and it definitely feels like an actual war zone.
Yeah, that's how it was.
We were like washing our back, getting home.
Yeah, it was scary.
It was a dark time.
Scary when I was down there.
Yeah.
In 14. Yeah, it was nuts, dude.
Yo, funny story. So when all that was going on, I made a Facebook post as a joke that said, me and my buddies just drove down to Lexington and lit a car on fire, blamed it on some dumbass college kids, LOL, and didn't think anything of it. Like a year later, I discovered the Facebook message request box, and I open it, and there's a newscaster from WLKY that was like, hey man, I'd love to get your story on the incident, like right after I made that post.
Damn.
And I went ahead and responded back just in case and was like, hey man, this was a joke, just so you know. But
and
yeah,
then he was like, "Yeah, that's what they all say when they throw a Molotov cocktail."
if he had got me that
as
night
you have
of,
a Molotov cocktail tattooed on.
yeah, I'd never do something.
I would.
Like that.
I would never either, dude. I would
that you
never
have the
either.
incriminating evidence permanently tattooed on your arm.
And that's gonna get me sent to El Salvador one
Yeah.
of these days.
Same, dude. I regret mine every day, dude. Shout out Sick Jeff in Cincinnati for the best Molotov cocktail tattoo ever.
Like left. I have one skull tattoo, kind of like y'all. I have a little skull with a little dagger.
Well, make sure you go to Jeff soon. He's the official tattoo artist of Cincinnati comedy. Dude.
Yeah. I'll go to Jeff.
He's the official tattoo artist of this place.
On his head.
I don't know outside of me and Joey, other than Connor Tweel, he's gotten one from Jeff.
Oh, heck yeah.
Yeah, Twell got one.
So, and I've seen a couple other comics sharing his stuff. So it's official. He's the official.
Yeah.
He is the official tattoo.
Did he tattoo his own head?
No.
Because that would be the most impressive. No. I mean, he's already impressive.
We'll tell people he did, though.
He's
I would tell
shit,
I would tell
all
people.
over. Like, he's traveled a bunch and gotten his shit from, like, different artists.
He was traveling and doing wild shit long before. I dropped him off at a bus stop, dude, like... Well over 10 years ago, he had like a fucking hunting rifle and a backpack full of clothes, and he got on a Greyhound to California and lived on
with
the streets.
With a hunting rifle?
I think he ended up pawning it.
Yeah, I don't think he could take that to California.
He went. Well, he stopped in Las Vegas for a while.
He was like on Craigslist hitching rides and shit. It's a true story.
He went. I remember
Jeff rules.
He called me. He was like, "Man, I'm getting ready to sell my gun, but first I'm spending the night at the Mandalay Bay Casino. I've got tickets to see Jason Aldean tomorrow."
Hell yeah, dude! Shout out Jeff, man. And you know, somewhere right.
I don't think I'm allowed to be on this podcast.
Hey, let me tell you what, dude. Somewhere.
No, we're clean.
Monday morning at about 11 a.m., dude. Charlie Badger's going to be in an Amazon truck nearly dying from laughter, bro.
That was
listening
good.
to that, dude.
The darkest, but also really funny joke.
Shout out Bad. Shout out Chris Riney. Shout out Meat and Nick. Those are the people I know that usually always that have told me they listen.
And that's why I always give shout out like to those like the people that I do give the shouts the most, like because they're people I know do genuinely listen to the show.
I know. Shout out Charlie Badger though. Charlie Badger's a sweet boy.
He gets a shout out just about every week. Now. Yeah, he's getting up there. With Jeff,
listened to 2 episodes before this, and they were both like Charlie Badger.
Well, it's cool to You're the first of the Cincinnati comics to come on the show.
Yeah, we've had,
and I've said multiple times that
not counting Max on the live episode.
Yeah, not counting the live episode. But just I've said that since we started going to Chameleons in general, everybody has always been very, very open and loving to us. So I always like to give all of those guys up there and gals, all of them, man. They've
gotta give them.
Been very good to us, man. So
you're only the second comic on at not counting the live show though. Jamie Shade came on.
Yeah, Jamie did one with us. We need to get Jamie up to Chameleons one night.
Yeah, dude, get Jamie.
Yeah, he's talking about somebody, either Ethan or Ross, is going to drive him up to Madison, and then we're all going to drive up to Chameleon.
That'd be fun.
On Thursday night.
Since he's seen, man, it's good. Like we kind of talked a little bit about I don't know why you asked me, tell me about myself, and then I immediately went to my entire life story because that's what I thought you were asking.
For the viewers who don't know,
I'm a Kentucky boy who was born in Tennessee, and then my parents now live in Tennessee again, and that's good for me because now I get to kind of dip into 2 scenes. I do. It's lame to say like I do clean comedy. My bio, I have a website, an EPK, if you will, and my bio's in it. It says Jason Winkler's comedy is. His goofy Southern charm is, enjoyed by all audiences, which is just saying, like, I do clean comedy.
Yeah.
So I will not, I might say a cuss word. My mom asked me if she wanted to watch this. I told her, you probably wouldn't
like I said, my
this.
Mom doesn't even watch it, dude. I like to show her clips, though.
I'll show her a little clip
that I think's funny, and I'll be like, "Hey."
Yeah, my mom would love the Mandalay Bay riff. She would love that.
That's good stuff, dude. I like that you're a clean comic, though, man. Like I noticed immediately when we first started seeing you out and shit that like, even on your wildest stuff, like you're a clean guy. Yeah, I appreciate clean comedy. If you can make me laugh without saying fucking pussy,
Yeah.
or school shooter, or
Yeah.
fucking, you know, meth, or smoking spice. If you can do that, like, you're all right.
Those are the
dude.
big four, too. Non-clean
Yeah.
And it's hard not to talk about, you know, eating tainted pussy.
Yeah.
I think I could do
throat
it.
cancer.
I think you could do it. I think we
Yeah,
could probably
I would
do
love
some
to see
fun.
a clean set from both of you.
And
That'd be
I'm
great.
gonna eventually do it.
And then
at
my
some
whole
point,
set
man.
is just talking about.
And you're like,
just
yo, I
all
was smoking meth one night.
Yeah.
I want to challenge myself to do a clean a clean set of all Bible jokes.
Do it.
You know what I
Some
mean?
good Bible jokes.
Yeah.
I don't have any offhand, but I'm going to challenge
I mean,
myself.
the Bible is wild, dude. I forget, it's in the Old Testament, but there's a dude who was bald, and I don't know what his name was, but all I know is that some kids were making fun of him for being bald, and he summoned bears to eat the children.
Yeah, dude.
So the Bible is wild.
To get in shape, I've just been going around my neighborhood carrying a stack of Bibles.
Yeah.
I call that Jehovah's Fitness.
Yeah.
Look at that.
That's
It's
good.
A clean joke.
That is good.
CrossFit.
That's a good, those are great things.
Yeah.
There you go.
Specifically Bible-oriented jokes. That's
Yeah.
great. Yeah. No, I do clean comedy.
Not stories from the Bible, just jokes about
Just jokes
the
about the
physical
Bible.
book of the
The
Bible.
Bible. It's pretty heavy. So
Yeah.
you can do
You
some
guys seen
curls.
this Bible book?
Yeah.
Crazy.
It's got 2 testaments.
It's crazy, dude, because usually when people want you to read a book, they're like, dude, it's pretty good, and I'm not going to spoil it for you, but you're going to like it. But everybody keeps spoiling the
Yeah.
end. They're like, you know Jesus died, right?
Yeah.
For your sins. And I'm
Yeah.
like, fuck, man, I haven't even got through the first chapter
Yeah.
yet.
That's not even the best part, though. Then they were going to be like,
I'm
yeah,
still
but
on
3 days
the-
later, he was like, psych.
The Phil Collins.
And that's this weekend
Happy
right
Good
now.
Friday.
He died.
Yeah, he died.
He's in the
today.
tomb
Yeah,
right
he's in the
now.
tomb
Oh,
right now.
yeah, it is Good
But
Friday.
yeah, no jokes
shout
aside.
Shout out Jesus Christ, dude.
Yeah.
Hey, and also shout out Phil Collins. Genesis.
I was like, I don't know where you're going with this.
Shout out
Some of these references I might not get.
Cats. Deuteronomy.
Yeah.
There's a cat named Deuteronomy.
Oh.
It's also a book.
One of your 7 cats
no,
is named Deuteronomy?
in the play Cats on Broadway.
Oh, on Broadway. I saw
And
Wicked
then-
on Broadway. And shout out to him.
A lot of
Broadway.
shout outs.
A lot of shout outs.
Shout out
I just,
Wicked.
I don't,
Shout-outs.
Well, I
Shout
don't
out
know
to
what
the whole cast and crew of Wicked.
dude, that witch was green, bro.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
She's doing green
She was pretty
face,
wicked.
man.
Hey, yo, why that bitch green?
Why though, dude? Why are witches green?
Work it.
Can we get into that? That is
And
actually
you know,
a topic I'd like
I don't
to
know
discuss.
where the lore of the Green Witch comes from,
Yeah.
but do you know why
You guys
witches
don't wanna
and
know.
black cats are a thing? Do you want to know the lore on that? Why
I would like to
witches
know the
have
lore
cats?
because I think Jordan's pretty heavy in on black cats because we were
Well,
we
not-
were
not
skating earlier
necessarily,
and he looked down about 100 yards away and he goes, Jason. I said, yeah. He goes, there's a black cat over there. And that's all he said. Like I was like, oh my god, and it was cool.
There was a black cat.
Yeah, there was a black cat. Go ahead. Tell me the lore.
when the plague was going down, right? The king at the time was killing cats. He didn't like cats, right?
Yeah. I'm
So
not a cat guy.
one of the big things that was passing around the plague was rats. Cats eat rats.
yeah.
So the women in the villages that had cats typically did not have the plague because they were not infested with rats like the other villagers. So
This
when
is
they
true.
when they seen that, they accused them of witchcraft and burned them at the stake. So that's why cats and witches have always coincided.
Now it
with
makes
each other,
sense.
man. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow,
They also
Sabrina
have 'em
seen
as
through a whole
familiars.
new light for me now, dude.
Yeah. I was gonna say
Something
something
to that
about the
effect.
voice
That's not like
actor.
the real. That's like the basic gestalt. You know, like that's not the.
That's a new. I've never heard just stall.
Can
Can we go through the words for that word?
That's the basic.
Did you make that
gestalt.
word up? Or
No,
is that
that's a
real
real
word.
word.
Just
yeah.
stall. I'm gonna
Man,
start
that's a
using
proper definition of it too.
I'm gonna start using that.
I used it.
The more you
correctly.
know, Madison, Indiana.
Take that home
This
with
town's
you.
wild.
Take that down to Tennessee, dude. And see
I'll
how
take
they
that
act
down
when
to
you
Tennessee.
say
I'll
just
be there May
stall.
9th, baby.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
True.
This is,
I got that from Alex Jones, dude. He was crashing out on Rogan's podcast, and he said, "Well, let me just give you the basic gestalt." And Rogan was like,
Well, let me-
"Nobody ever uses that word. That's crazy."
Here's a fun fact. Do you know why witches would always ride their brooms with no underwear?
Oh, this is a good one. Go ahead.
Please tell us.
To grip the broom. Thank you.
Go ahead.
You're
Put it out
this
in
is
the
a
chat.
very, for you specifically, this is a very vagina-heavy podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
that's
crazy.
good.
'cause he
Great.
doesn't even have
Yeah.
one, dude.
Yeah. You've never...
He's
Well,
never even
dude, I've
walked
been
a mile.
eating a lot of pussy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell us that joke you opened up with at Chameleons the other night.
It's not even a joke, dude.
No, go ahead. Say it.
I said, I got back from the pussy doctor, and they said I busted it wide open.
Yeah.
It's not even
a wild intro.
It's just stupid.
It's
I
just
said it in the
open like
car,
that,
and Anna
dude.
was like, please
This
open
is the
with
same
that.
guy 10 minutes ago was like, yeah, I'd like to do a clean set, man. A lot of Bible-oriented stuff. You know?
And I
I'll
opened
do a
up
clean
with,
set, but here's 10
Why
minutes
does pussy
on.
taste like ass now?
Yeah, I want to send my mom this clip. She'll love that.
I
She'll be like,
really...
Jason.
What's your... So I know you work, obviously. You got your job. You sell a lot of dick pills.
I don't sell
whatever.
anything.
He packs.
I pack and
you
count,
pack
man. I
meat.
ship it. I work in a pharmacy.
Yeah, you're a pharmaceutical rep.
Yeah. But no, just a tech, bro. I'm just a tech.
You're a pharmaceutical tech.
Yeah, I'm a
He's
pharmacy
a
tech.
chemist.
Let me get to my
Yeah, sorry. I just want to get
question,
to
dude.
It doesn't seem like it's going to be the right question.
No, it's the right
I'm
question.
So sorry. That's
So you've
my
been
bad.
you've been doing comedy for over a year now.
Yeah.
You've been all over.
Yeah.
What is your goal as far as comedy goes? Like, is this?
I want to. Yeah.
Do you want to make it? Do you want to? That's. I mean,
Yeah.
I know that's everybody's goal to make
Yeah.
money and to like survive off of. But like, where do you see yourself doing comedy 5, 10 years from now?
It's hard to give out like a 5. Like in 5 years, I would like
be
to.
serious. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Per se.
I would like to be doing this full time, and I don't know what my buddy, who's a comedian in Nashville. His name's Drew. And he's booking clean shows, but he's a good dude, and he does this like he has a podcast. He's a Fast and Furious fiend, dude.
I love Fast.
He's
and
a Fast and Furious
Me
podcast.
and him. What?
Yeah, it's called the Quarter Mile
Do
Podcast.
you think you'd get me on an episode?
I mean, I'm trying to get on an episode, but I can definitely send it to you.
You should
Shout out Drew
let him-
Davis,
let
Quarter
him
Mile
know,
Podcast.
I love.
Yeah.
Tokyo.
Yeah, dude.
But anyways, he
I love Tokyo Drift, dude. It's my
he's
favorite.
inspiring to do. He's doing
it's-
it full time. He's a full time entertainer. Like this is what he does. So he headlines
Yeah.
clubs and he travels and he does a podcast. He's opening up another podcast. I mean, the dude's doing it. My goal is if I can make enough money to live on telling jokes, that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
Obviously, everyone's goal, and it's crazy because you hear like a guy first time he's ever done comedy at a show I was at. And he's like, "I want to be famous. Like that's my goal." Like the comedian was on stage I
want to be the best comedian in the world.
Like I do clean comedy, and obviously,
Yeah.
like the person who's inspired me a lot is Nate Bargatze, and the dude's
Nate's
selling
good, yeah.
out arenas.
Yeah.
And he does
Like,
click
and
on.
he's
100%
also
clean.
like, yeah, he's
Squeaky.
doing not just that. Like the dude's writing a movie right now, and it's coming out. He has a great podcast
He's got
as well.
a
Shout out Nate Land.
800-pound gorilla media.
Yeah.
He's bought the rights to all the expired stand-up specials like that were on Netflix and all that shit, and he's fucking put them all on his
You want to
YouTube.
hear the craziest thing he's doing? So back when I was a youngin' in Nashville, there was a theme park like Nashville's version of the old Kings Island, and it was called Opryland. It's right next door to the Grand Ole Opry.
I've been there. Yeah.
Yeah, now it's Opryland. Before I even moved to Nashville, was mowed over, cemented over. Now big old malls there called Opry Mills.
Yep.
Nate
been
Bargatze
there, too.
worked at that theme park as like a wait camp. I don't know. He did a lot of odd jobs, but he recently announced on his podcast that he is creating like. This was an episode where they talked about a Nate Land, like as an amusement park, what kind of rides he had. But he's revitalizing, imagining Opryland and creating a theme park in Nashville.
That would be sick.
That's sick.
It's like in the works. It's kind of cool. But anyways, all that to say is like, obviously anyone's dream is like, I want to headline. I mean, I just want to be, my goal right now is I just want to be passed by clubs, man.
Yeah.
Locally, even regionally, you know what I mean? Like I said, I wanted to get looked at by Zanies. I'd like to, within the next 2 years, be on, like Nate Bargatze has a weekly show there called Nate Land Presents or Nate Land Live.
I've seen that.
And it's a great show. And I want to get on something like that and get my feet wet. Because I'm just shy of 2 years doing comedy, which is not even a scratch on the surface of like what this could be. So
Yeah.
I'm
But
having a
also
good time.
the old time limits are gone.
Yeah,
There's no one way to the top anymore, and there's no one way to do it. You know, the internet thing's important too.
Yeah.
But you know, did it just clip on?
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. I love that.
yeah.
And that's that's what we've always said too, man. Is the goal is obviously to do this for a living.
My mango
is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. he's gonna be in the Mercury. He's gonna be at the Mercury Ballroom, dude. Somebody just literally tagged me in the post.
I will go to that show.
Yeah, dude.
It's
got a funny name too, which I mean, all his shit has a funny name.
My comment is, I'm gonna blow up, act like I don't know nobody.
Yeah, dude, he's doing the Watermelon Lime tour. Because he's always got to have a wild name. The Watermelon Lime tour.
That sounds like a good drink, though.
Yeah.
Like a watermelon lime
he is the
spritz.
Peach Panther. He's the Cranberry Vampire, the Aquaberry Aquarius, the Peach Panther.
I thought you were reading something.
No, I mean, those are his real names. Yeah, I'm a huge riff-raff guy, dude. I'm a big fan.
I can't even name it. Like, what was
Halloween was a great album.
He's a real riff-raffist.
What's a song by Riff Raff all of a sudden? I can't think of it.
Cocaine off the album Neon Icon was a banger. How to Be the Man.
Okay.
Dolce and Gabbana. That's a banger, dude.
I'm
outside eating fried okra with Oprah. You know what I mean?
He was a favorite cast member of MTV's From G's to Gents.
Yes.
That's where he broke fame.
I have a hot take in regards to hip hop, and it's not riff raff related, but it made me think about it because I've heard her today.
We love hot take.
I got a hot take. What's up with them saying the damn N word so much?
I prefer hot cakes, but go ahead, give me your hot take.
All right, are we familiar with the rapper? Her name is Glorilla.
Yeah, I know. I know who she is.
Yeah, marginally. I just it came on the DJ X, our boy. Shout out DJ X, Spotify.
Shout out to our AI DJ.
Thank you, dude. You've been giving me some tough times.
He got me on April Fool's Day. Dude. Did he get you? Did you listen to him?
Yeah.
He was like, "Welcome back. This is DJ X. But first, I'm going to use the bathroom." And then he started playing elevator music. And he's like, "No, I'm just kidding. I can't even use the bathroom. I'm AI. April Fool's." And then he started playing music.
That would have pissed me the
That
fuck
would have been
off.
so good.
It was good.
I'm probably going to cancel my premium after hearing that.
All right,
I don't use that dumb fucking AI
All right, back
shit.
to the hot take because we're getting sidetracked. And it's my fault.
On the Gorilla.
Shout out DJ X. Glorilla, okay? And obviously, got to recognize real. She's doing it. She's making money.
Yeah.
But after just listening to 2 songs, couldn't even name the songs, her style of rapping reminds me of the King himself. And he's had a few names, and I'll just name a few of them. Krispy Kreme or Froggy Fresh. Great bangers like Wise James crying because he just got dunked on. But the way that she raps sounds like
boy Tyler, dude.
Him.
Yeah.
Got a new John Cena watch for my wrist, bitch.
So that's my hot take. I wish I could play the one song that I heard by her, and it would give you those vibes. But I don't remember it, and we don't have the rights to it.
Well, I saw that she was performing on SNL, and obviously I tuned in because I thought it was going to be some sort of a bioluminescent, phosphorescent gorilla performing on stage.
Yeah, like glowing up. No.
Did you love it?
It was fine.
It was fine.
Who was the host that night?
I can't remember, dude. But I love when the host has a fun pronunciation of the band's name.
Yeah.
Glorilla.
Like emphasizing the glow.
Like when Christopher Walken introduced the Foo Fighters and he goes,
"The Foo Fighters.
The Foo Fighters."
Oh man, Saturday Night Live. Shout out Lorne Michaels. You know what I mean?
Shout out Lorne. Shout out Lorne, dude. We love you. We do anything for you.
Where's your dog's tail?
If you need a new riding trio, here you go, dude. We got classics such as
it doesn't have a tail.
Staying at the Mandalay Bay. Yeah. You know what I
mean? The trio, man.
Should we get a packet together?
Yeah.
And send it to Lorne.
Yeah. Let's get I've been in some sketch comedy back in college. So I'm not gonna lie to you.
I've goofed around.
I've done some clips, some videos.
Man, I'm a 2-time award-winning filmmaker.
I didn't
People forget about that.
Yeah. I'm multiple award-winning for one film.
I wasn't in any films per se, but I was on KSR. Shout out Matt Jones. We already talked about
Shout
him.
out Shannon the Dude.
Shannon the Dude. But you guys remember the Harlem Shake? I may or may not have been in a pretty somewhat viral video. Now, when we talk about viral now, it's millions of views. This got roughly 80K. But
now,
still.
that was when a guy up in New York held you from the fire escape and
shook you by the leg.
shook all the coins out.
That fad was fun. Like, that was a fun internet thing. But it really peaked with the Miami Heat.
Yeah. No,
Once
I
they
was
did
in
it was done.
I like to move it like Bernie.
I do the Bernie. I'm also in a video on KSR for that as well.
You're a big deal.
I've been in 2 KSR videos. I was a big deal in college, guys. I don't want to brag or anything. I got a bachelor's degree in only 5 years. So
hell yeah.
That's a big deal in college too, man. Never enrolled.
Van Wilder could never, dude.
My favorite line from Tommy Boy is like, finally graduated. Yeah, a lot of people go to college for 7 years. Yeah, they're called doctors. Shout out Chris Farley,
Shout out
dude.
Chris Farley.
Golly, R.I.P. Here's to you.
Tommy and the boy, dude.
Yeah.
God damn, I miss Chris Farley.
A lot of people don't know that, but he was Tommy and David Spade was the boy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, no, so he was Tommy Boy.
Yeah.
But you are talking about the relatively small size of David Spade.
When I hear
shout out David Spade. We're shouting out so many.
When I hear Adam Sandler, shout out Adam Sandler.
Happy Gilmore 2 dropping soon.
Yeah, I'm excited for that. The trailer looked awesome.
I rewatched Funny People recently.
That's my least favorite movie by him.
Really? Mine's Click, but I like
I think he's tied with Click.
Click made me cry.
Yeah. Yeah, it's too sad.
It's probably why it's
Funny People's good. Have you watched it since you started?
I saw it in the movie theater and I didn't like it, and maybe I'll rewatch it as a comedian because I wasn't a comedian
watched
then.
it like a week ago, and it really does hit.
Hey, before I forget, I brought him up.
Yeah, you brought him
you
up.
guys.
So you were talking
Adam
about
Sandler
Adam
when
Sandler.
he sings that song about Chris Farley.
Yeah,
me and my friend Chris Farley.
Yeah.
I always cry.
Cry every time. Yeah,
and I just think about what am I gonna do when Jordan dies.
Yeah,
you know? I'm gonna have to fucking-
song.
And then I started thinking about my buddy Tim. If something happened to Tim, and I was like, my friend Tim Corley, and I was like, oh god,
dude.
I had to get on medication.
What happens when I die? We're not that close.
Oh
yet.
yeah, I'll get a tattoo. You for sure.
He'll have to learn how to play guitar, and then he'll write a song about you.
Yeah, me and my friend Jason Winkler.
It doesn't have a good ring to it.
No,
Jason.
it's fine. I'm gonna get when you die, dude. I'm gonna get Wink tattooed on me somewhere.
I like that. I appreciate that.
I'm gonna get Wink on my pink.
Wink on the pink,
Wink
dude.
in the pink.
Wink on the pink and one in the stink, dude. You know what I mean?
Hell yeah, man. Dude.
We'll get tattoos when you die, bro.
Yeah. I'm hoping I don't die. I know I look pretty unhealthy.
No, I'm not gonna die today.
We don't know. We could die right now.
I'm not going anywhere.
Welcome to sadness. This place
dude, we
sucks.
got like fucking 56 minutes. I don't think I'm gonna die today.
Yeah.
I have something better.
Tomorrow,
than
maybe.
health.
There's a 24
There's still 56
hours.
minutes left of this podcast.
We don't know.
We've only done
that's
4.
That's what makes this.
No,
This
there's
is the
56
shortest
minutes left in the day.
Oh,
It's 11
Oh, yeah.
It's 11:04.
That's why I said I'm not gonna die today.
true.
Die another day. Starring James Bond. Anyway,
Gay
dude.
Bond.
You were about to say an epiphany. It sounded like, and then we started
it's
talking about nothing.
Piffed, dude.
Yeah, I mean that's what the
Piffed.
show is. It's nothing.
Yeah.
That's
place
what
sucks.
makes it fun. What's
Hell
your middle
yeah.
name, dude?
Austin.
Hell yeah.
Shout out
Jaw.
Austin, Texas, dude.
Your initials are Jaw.
Jaw, yeah.
That's
You want to
sick
know
as
something
shit.
crazy, dude?
That's
Tight as
I can do something weird with my jaw.
What, unhinged?
Let's
double
save it for
joint,
after
yeah.
the show. dude.
Yeah, dude.
Oh, damn.
Oh wow! Hey man, quit.
Super fun. I hope the mic picked up that weird sound it made.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's pretty tight.
Yeah.
My initials are
That makes
Jake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's we used
Thank
to call
God
You
him?
have
my
two
name's
middle
not
names?
Robert.
We used
Yeah,
to
Alan Paul.
Yeah, we used to call him Jape growing up.
Shout out Uncle Paul. I saw
Yeah.
you today, dude.
Yeah, he was riding into town and just
Yeah.
happened to be behind my uncle on his fucking hog, dude.
Yeah.
Shout out Uncle Paul. Hey, shout out the Iron Horseman.
Iron Horses of Kentucky. I've been on a dirt bike before, but never really ridden a motorcycle. But I have seen Sons of Anarchy, so I know all the stuff.
I rode one motorcycle, a Kawasaki 400 something or other, and I went out and bought a moped the next day.
Yeah, you're having the mopeds now.
Yeah, I always wanted to ride me a fat boy, man. But
yeah,
me too.
Couldn't ever find one that was,
boy.
wanting me to do it on him.
Yeah.
I love a thick hog, dude.
Yeah.
Nothing like a thick hog.
I'm over here like, yeah, dude, I love those motorcycles. That'd be cool. It fits. It's for me. It's for me, but you're talking about me.
We've been trying to get on top of a fat boy.
I've been trying to ride a fat boy.
And now I'm wondering why I've been asked to be on this podcast. And now I know.
Go ahead and turn that camera off.
Yeah, block the door.
My kid came in here the other day. She's like, did you know that the bombs they used on Japan were called Fat Man and Little Boy? And I was like, that is hilarious. You should go look up what the first test bomb was called. She comes in here 5 minutes later dying of laughter. She's like, the Enola Gay?
Yeah.
Isn't that the name of the 2 rooms at Joe Rogan's Comedy Club?
Fat Man and Little Boy?
It's something like
I
that.
guarantee his dork ass named it Fat Man and Little Boy. That sounds
I
like...
swear. Now I always wondered why. Now I got to look it up.
Those were the bombs on Nagasaki and Hiroshima were Fat Man and Little Boy. I bet that is what he picked. That seems
it's something like that, and it's going to bug me until I figure it out, but now it all makes sense.
Go ahead and pull that up.
I'm going to go ahead and shout out Joe Rogan.
Shout out Joe Rogan, dude.
Oh, man. Hey,
if you're in the neighborhood, check out the Comedy Mothership.
Yeah,
we endorse it. We endorse it.
Hopefully on YouTube, the algorithm just picks us up saying all these names.
Yeah, dude.
We got it. FYP.
I don't know these guys.
And shout out Vladimir Putin, Shout out Kim Jong-un.
Genghis Khan.
Yeah, dude. Adolf Hitler.
Oh, no. He had to do it, dude. He's been dying to say
You
it
were
all
fucking...
day.
You pushed me over that edge. You said Genghis
Bro!
Is it Fat Man and Little Boy? Oh, I knew it, dude. That's crazy.
That's crazy. I never knew why they were called that, and now it's full circle.
They got
Robert
the Fat
Kelly,
Man.
dude. They got Robert Kelly.
They call him colloquially the Fat Man.
Colloquially, it's sold out, dude.
That's crazy.
Now I'm just trying to check out the list. So we got a lot of showcases and a lot of Robert Kelly.
That's one of those clubs, dude.
Hot show. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
Yeah, dude.
I won't shout that out.
Yeah, don't shout. They don't need it. No free publicity.
Yeah, free
not on this show. Not all our 12 viewers, motherfucker.
No, we're not going to let
crazy
him know.
If you ever do a show there as a fucking headliner on the weekend or on a showcase, it's guaranteed sold out. Everything there is sold out for everything, dude. Yeah. That's really, isn't that the goal?
I do want to go to Austin. I don't want to go to Austin for what a lot of edgelord
game, but
comics want to go to Austin for. Again, we won't say why. We'll just say it. KT. Everyone's like, that's what sucks, man. It sucks because I feel like people who are new like us think that if we just crushed our minute on KT.
If I can get a minute on KT
and do good, and that's gonna make everything. I'll give him credit to where he's definitely been a king and queen maker. He's some really funny guys. You've mentioned him on your podcast before. Yeah. Casey Rocket was great.
Cam.
Shout out Cam Patterson.
Love
Cam. The Rock bit gets me every time.
Cam's
dude.
a sweetheart. We've met him in Vegas.
He's also produced a lot of trash.
Cawley, dude. A Nashville comic. She killed it.
Fiona rules.
Yeah.
I'm really attracted to her.
But it sucks that like the mindset of comics.
Yeah.
Some comics, not all comics.
And we've talked about that a couple of times.
Yeah, it's just like if I can't be a comedian unless I make it there.
Yeah,
I do want to go to Austin for the scene. I want to hit up some open mics in Austin just to do it.
Yeah,
but
my goal was I was like, man, at some point I really want to go to Texas Stadium because they have a beautiful fucking stadium, and I like the Longhorns. So I'm like, I could go down there for a football game and just take some extra days and fucking check some shit out.
Yeah,
but I would never just go down there to try to fucking be on Kill.
Now look, while it's traveling, I know a shitload of people that went to Nashville to try to get on the travel,
and that's fine, dude.
But I'm not gonna go stay in Austin for weeks.
That would have been cool to do the Nashville show.
I'll go for the night and sleep, and 2 nights. A bunch of people we know, hang out with whatever. It also has kind of warped the audience perspective of what a show is supposed to be. It is what it is, for better or worse. It's got a lot more people into comedy, but they also think there's feedback in places where there's not supposed to be feedback. There's audience interaction where there's not supposed to be.
Yeah.
Not saying you
Put
can't
this in
have
your little
that
skits.
stuff.
I love hearing that.
Huh?
Put this in your little skit.
Yeah.
And what's crazy is before I started doing stand-up, I was that guy.
Right.
Like,
Say
in my
that to
mind,
people.
like, I went to see John Christ multiple times when I lived in Nashville, and afterwards I was like, I have something funny that I can add. Like, this guy's headlining, you know, theaters and crazy stuff on tour, and after seeing him at Zania's, I was like, I got something that would be so funny. I don't remember if I ever actually said it, but like, oh yeah, I definitely DM'd him, and he left me on red.
Well, Ian Finance won't even fucking open my messages, dude. Fuck him, bro. But he's got this sick Danzig shirt. I've been trying to find out where he bought it at for like a year now.
Dude, I'm the
and
same.
I constantly spam him about it.
I spam Justin Smith, an Oklahoma boy.
motherfucker,
Big fella, like myself. But he's the most fashionable. He's hilarious, but he's the most fashionable comedian and big dude comedian. Like, we got to buy special clothes, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I just want to know where he gets some of this
Tailor-made,
stuff.
tailor-gang,
No,
you
it's
know
like
what I mean?
Fucking way, dude.
What happened?
Keep rolling.
We're rolling. Continue.
we've
Keep
been
talking.
rolling.
Keep talking.
Yeah, but
No
I
dead air.
have reached out to him on Instagram several times
Yeah.
to figure out where he got his clothes
Cool
from,
clothes
and
at.
It's just gonna be a video pause. The audio will keep going.
That's fine.
Yeah.
We're good.
that was a good time to yawn.
But yeah, dude, I do hate the notion though that
I'm glad
You
that we're
know.
getting this.
Hell yeah,
because
dude.
I got some booby
yeah,
sweat.
man, we got fucking
gotta air
Action
out.
Bronson in the house tonight, dude. I do hate the I do hate that that's, you know, people think that is comedy now is Kill Tony. Like,
Yeah.
that's the, you know, not that I hate Kill Tony by no means. I do enjoy it for the most part. I watch
I
it
mean,
and
we've
shit.
had some
It's fine.
successful like Ohio. So I recently got to do.
Shout out John, man.
Yeah, Jonathan Hamill
Oh,
got on
yeah.
there, and proud of that dude. He's
He
always been a
rules,
good,
dude. Always nice,
a good
man.
dude. Yeah.
Yeah, they can
Yeah,
talk
I
about
won't
it.
talk. We don't need to talk about him.
Yeah, no free publicity here, pal.
Nah, but no, even Ohio. I got to do a show with her, but Layla Ingalls is
Yeah.
great. And she lives in. She moved to Austin for a couple months before she heads to the big city of New York City.
Yeah.
So
I saw her open for Lemaire Lee.
Yeah.
Lemaire.
I don't know if I know Lemaire.
He's a black dude. He was like on Matt and Shane's podcast a lot, but we met him out at Skankfest, and then I went and saw him up in Indy, and she opened up for him, dude, and she was killer.
She's super funny.
Killer.
It's so like I don't even know how to describe her. It's like she seems like the most timid and awkward person, and just hits the most like vulgar and hilarious jokes that you've ever seen. Yeah,
super vulgar, but yeah, very funny.
I love how I use that word as a clip. She was so vulgar.
Yeah. She was a little blue.
He's like, I'm a clean comic, dude. I
Do
find
a
that
clean
vulgar,
comedy, dude. I don't know if I
do
mentioned
fucking
this yet.
Clean sets,
Yeah, dude, I do
bro.
clean sets because my mom likes to watch me do comedy, and I do
was
it
really
for my mom.
concerned when we did. So since we've got you here, we can talk about the live show.
I love it, dude.
Hope
I
you
love
had
the
a good time. Hope you
I had a
fun.
blast, dude.
But yeah, that was my biggest concern about doing the live show. Was I knew my family was going to be there.
Yeah.
And my dad would never ever say it, but I do think he was proud that night.
Yeah.
Of what we accomplished, you know.
You should have been. It was awesome.
But my mom, you know, and shout out to my mom and dad. Dude.
Shout out to moms
my
and
parents,
dads,
bro.
Jay
But my
and
mom-
Terry Winkler.
But my
Thanks
mom,
for making me.
my mom really enjoyed it, dude. She thought it was great. She was really proud of everybody on the show. She thought everybody killed,
Dude,
and we all did.
it was
Everybody
so
was
fun.
fucking.
It
good,
was
so.
one of the most fun nights doing comedy ever.
And you talked
And the
about
most-
it for weeks afterwards.
Yeah,
you would
I'm
text
still-
us randomly
I'm
at
still
3 in the
talking
morning.
about it.
You're like, man, it was like a movie, dude.
It felt like a movie.
And that
dude.
to us, though, as people that have not been in the game, as long as we like to say that we have been in the game, for you who's been in the game a lot longer than us, to
not
say-
barely longer.
No,
dude.
but I mean, like,
Yeah.
you've done a lot of shit. You've been
Yeah.
around, like you've seen people, you've met people, you've done shows. Like for you to say that it was good, for you to say you had fun, and it was one of your favorite ones you've done, that meant a lot to us. So
Dude.
shout out Jason Winkler, dude, for
Hell
coming.
yeah.
on,
Shout out for This
bro.
Place Sucks
Yeah.
live.
It was a
Joey
good
and
time.
Jordan. I had a blast on that show. And it was like everyone, first off, y'all sold it out. Like it wasn't just like a podunk, like, hey, this is a bar
Yeah.
and there might be 20 people here. Like it was a legitimate like
140
hall,
people.
like 150 people. Like people were standing in the back.
Yeah, dude.
And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
I felt good about it. I felt good. I'm glad that the comics had a good time, and I'm glad that the audience had a good time.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But
Everyone had a great time.
I want to keep doing it.
Yeah.
You know, there's lore. Some people think that I was really shaking, and some people think I was putting it on when I was reading from the paper.
I think you're really shaking.
And we'll never know, man.
Yeah.
And that's why it's lore.
No, I know.
Shout out to the lore.
But
honestly.
we know what happened.
I know, and due to that, there was some confusion amongst the audience. There was some confusion about whether anything you were reading was serious or not. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I thought about that too. Well, I thought in my head, I was like, if I go up, because you had the list of bulletin points, and I was going to go up there and just read them off. But then I was like, man, it is a comedy show. Wouldn't it be funnier if I pretended like I can hardly read and I read it silly like?
Yeah.
And then the handshaking really added to it. But nobody lit a cigarette up. Nobody fucking fought. Nobody fucking, people were loud as fuck in the back.
Yeah.
And that pissed me off.
The standing room only crowd got a pretty rowdy.
Yeah, they got rowdy.
And we'll have seats back there next time.
We'll give them some seats. Maybe they won't talk as much.
Yeah, we'll give them something to not talk about. Dude.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think that was literally the only sort of negative anything at that show was just a little bit of noise in the back, and those people ultimately were having a great time.
Yeah, they were having fun.
So
the best part about comedy is people have fun, but they have a little too much fun, and then they drink a lot, and then they heckle you, but they're not like, I don't think they're trying to ruin it. They think they're helping you.
Yeah.
And that's, like I said, I had that same mindset before I started doing it, and now
don't
talk to me unless I talk at you, and then don't talk at me still.
That's why as soon as I got on stage, I
part
made
of
sure to...
Yeah.
I
like,
made sure
he's
to say
engaged
something.
with me.
I was like, hey, shut the fuck up back there, dude.
Yeah.
First time I ever cussed on stage was at a bar open mic. Because people were talking to me
you
right...
You got mad that night at B-List.
That's the time I'm
was
talking
that,
about.
Oh, no.
That's what I'm talking about.
We were there for that.
Yeah.
That was fun, dude.
It was, you could call it that.
I love that mic.
I had
but
fun.
Every time I've been to it, there's been a heckler.
I had fun with the hecklers that night.
Well, what's crazy about B-List is everyone who heckles you, besides that one night, because those guys weren't regulars, are the regulars that are there every week and know that we're doing this. And they're like, I guess we're going to go down to B-List on Monday, get drunk, watch the game. And they're like, dang, there's comedy tonight.
God damn it.
I love B-List, though. It's fun.
No, it's great. Shout out Reagan.
Shout out to Reagan. Yep. Shout out to Elle, because I know she filled in for her.
Yeah, she's a guest.
Both of them rule.
Guest host. They're great.
But I've had fun. The 2 times that I've done B-List, one night was the best night of my life.
Yeah, you were telling me about that earlier.
And the other one was just fun.
Yeah.
But
we're going to come up, we're going to try this Monday, but it might be after we get back from New York, and we're going to do Commonwealth again and B-List.
Yeah. Shout out Commonwealth Sanctuary.
Yeah, that one ruled.
Shouted out so many things, and I think I've reached a limit. I don't think I'm allowed to shout out anymore.
I had a good little, you got 10 more.
I
had a good mic set there. As far as open mic sets go there, I back-to-back had like the best sets I've done were there and Go Bananas, just for like a 4 or 5 minute set.
Yeah.
Yeah, and
did you get up at the workshop when you went?
I went on at Commonwealth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that show is super fun because it's a challenging show, and obviously it's like, even though we're all in this together and we all have the same goal, like we all want to do this full time, and some comics are, and that's insane to see. But it's like the ultimate goal of that show is like they're passing comedians for work on the weekends, man. That's what you want to do. You do want to have a job on the weekends.
The night that I went and we didn't get on, and we just sat and watched the show, I remember Max had said something about us, like, you should probably let them know you guys are from out of town.
Yeah.
We didn't. Whatever.
Well, I mean, it literally says on the sign-up sheet,
and
you
we
put your name
because
and
we're
then put
silly.
City.
But,
so, if you put Madison, Indiana, they'll be like, whoa, where's that at? Because I didn't know this was a city until
But
show that you put me on.
After we didn't get on, though, it was fine because I sit there and watch, and I'm looking around the room like I'm in a room full of literal sharks. Like I'm in here with some real killers, real. And I know, as God is my witness, if they'd have gave me that fucking microphone, I'd have went up there and I gave them the best goddamn 5 minutes I ever heard in their fucking life, dude.
Probably only
the best. All right,
you probably would have gotten 3 minutes.
It's WrestleMania weekend, dude. Let me cut a promo,
I'm
dude.
sorry, dude. I didn't even know that's what you're doing.
It's fine, dude. Anyways,
shout out
man.
John Cena, WrestleMania.
Shout out Randy Savage, rest in peace. Anyways, but yeah, I do want to do Commonwealth at some point, and then I would always love to hit the B list afterwards, man. Yeah. So maybe we get back from New York and get settled back in and shit. We can
trying to get on
make
at
that
some
happen.
clubs too, man. I mean, that's the move.
Come in.
Catch me at Go Bananas Wednesday, June 20.
I don't know why you're looking at me. I don't.
And I don't even know why.
Yeah,
I thought
hey,
you would.
Jason, you're my agent.
Where
am I at?
I thought you would save me. Check me out. Go Bananas. Wednesday, June 25th. That's gonna be fun. That's my first time ever being there on their low mic.
The Pro-Am, shout out Bananas.
Yeah. And they're legit,
shout
man.
Out the trifecta of Cincinnati clubs.
Yeah.
Last but not least, Bombs Away Comedy inside the Comet.
The Comet. Comet has the best burritos.
Yeah. The quesadilla is on fire, and the comedy's even better. Wayne Memmott runs a great show.
This does drop Monday.
Yeah.
This will drop Monday.
So come see us at the Whirling Tiger.
Oh, yeah. Whirling Tiger Thursday night, this Thursday night.
Story Avenue, Louisville, Kentucky.
It's at 8 o'clock. Joey's on. I'm on. Jamie Shade, who's been on the podcast and the live show before. And then Destiny Bell, Costa, Deontay, Matt Buck. And Tech is hosting, running the show. Shout out Tech. That's going to be a fun one. May 12th, I'm hosting the open mic at Planet. So you should try to come down to that one.
I'll text out. I'll message Eric, see if I can get a little spotty spot on
dude.
that.
And then I'm on another. I'm just on one the 26th there. But yeah, the one I'm hosting, I'm stoked about that. Try out.
Yeah.
We'll get the hosting chops up a little bit.
Heck yeah, dude. Hosting's fun. It's where it starts, man. I got one myself. I'll give it. So I'm booked in Nashville 2 times right now in May. So May 9th, I'm on a show called Stone Cold Sober at Third Coast Comedy Club. It's a Friday night. I think it's at 9 p.m. But it's a quote unquote comedy contest where the comics are either stoned, sober, or drunk, and they got to do a 5-minute set in one of those states, and the best comic wins, but it's just like a crowd vote of like who is funnier and what do you think they were. So I'm on that show. It'll be interesting. I might do a little mixture of stoned and drunk, so droned.
Droned.
Yeah.
That'd be fun. That's like a fun premise for a show.
And then it's super cool. Mariana, a couple of Nashville comics run it. Nashville's a fun scene. And then in my hometown, if you've never heard of it, probably never have, it's called Mount Juliet, Tennessee, about 30 miles east of Nashville, Tennessee. I am hosting a show put on by Comedic Discovery live, and it is at Billy Goat Coffee, Friday, May 26th or 23rd. Give me 1 second while I check the old calendar.
Don't look at me. I ain't your fucking manager, dude.
Friday, May 23rd, I am hosting a show called Belly Laughs at Billy Goat. Billy Goat is a great, shout out Billy Goat Coffee. It's a great coffee shop. It's my favorite coffee shop when I visit home, and I've done one show there, and I don't want to say I brought the most people, but it is my hometown. And a coffee shop somehow crammed 76 people inside for a clean comedy show. Comedic Discovery Live puts on great shows in the Nashville area, and I get to host one of them. I'm blanking on who else
him on Instagram.
Yeah, he's great. He's a good dude. And he doesn't do just clean comedy stuff. So
he shares all kinds of comedy shit.
Well, yeah, he started
a list of
that's what I'm saying.
Comedic
Discovery, same guy, but he just, that's all he did. He's like, I want to shout out comedians for doing work, and so he'll post like who came out with the special the month of April, and he puts like a list of like 20 comedians, what the name of the special is and where to find it. And then he's like, I can do these, I can promote and do live shows, and I've done 2 with him so far. His name's Josiah. He's a great dude. I've been on some really cool shows. So yeah, come to hang out in Nashville in May with your boy.
And if you're in New York, dude, me and Joey are gonna be at the Stand. Open mic, 5 p.m. Trying our damnedest to get on that mic.
Yeah.
Manhattan, East Village. Come on out. And we will be at the live Legion of Skank show afterwards. So come say what's up if you're in New York City. Yeah. We'll be on Front Me Till Friday pod. And we'll probably be on his live stream out hitting the streets of New York. So you might see us out there.
Yeah. If you're in the NYC area, man, that's fucking crazy.
That's wild.
Yeah, that's wild.
Is the Stand an actual place, or is it just you guys with a microphone?
It's a real comedy club. It's like a famous comedy club. Yeah, it's totally newer. It's not like the Cellar or anything like that, but it's they do Laughing Buddha. Laughing Buddha Comedy Fest and all that shit?
Yeah.
That's the Stand. It's the same people. They also have a Laughing Buddha comedy.
Who's that one fuck that wears a boot on his head that's always Verm Supreme? We're the Verm Supreme of comedy.
Vermin Supreme, dude. I voted for him.
Supreme of comedy.
I wanted to win.
We don't have a snowball's chance, but we will be outside talking to people. So if you want to stop in and say
famous,
hi,
we'll give you a free pony.
Yeah.
That's the deal.
Yep.
But and if this trip goes well, like I said, we're hanging with our buddy. He's like marginally in the comedy scene. He works for Legion of Skanks and shit. But we're mostly gonna hit open mics. If it goes well and it seems like something that we can afford to do every once in a while, we'll make this a regular trip.
I would like to go back next time around. Tell me, I'd like to hit up the old NYC.
We're taking 2 Louisville comics this time. We'll take 2 Cincy guys with us next time. We're taking not just Jamie, but you
blind
met James,
Asian guy, dude.
James Song, the blind Asian.
Oh, heck yeah, dude.
We're taking him.
We're going to be taking him to. There's a neighborhood in Williamsburg, Brooklyn, where they all dress up as Abraham Lincoln, and they have all these tunnels under the ground, dude. And we're going to walk around and see if we can get them to fall in one of the tunnels. Because I hear if you fall down there, they'll lift you up in like a chair and dance you around in a circle.
Yeah.
God damn it, man.
I'm talking about it. Of course.
It sounds like you're talking about Jewish people.
The Hasidic Jewish community.
Shout out Hasidic Jews.
Yeah, shout out the Hasids, man. The only Jews that are anti-Zionist.
Actually, unshout out on Good Friday. I unshout out the Hasidic Jews.
Unshout out. Actually, no Jews get a shout out today except for
Jesus Christ,
the main Jew,
the King of the Jews,
the one and only,
one of the good ones.
I did not say that. I do want to point out that I did not say that.
He is a clean comic,
was a Jew,
dude.
but he was a good Jew. He was one of the best Jews. Hell yeah, dude.
Is that an actual quote from our president? Is that, or are you just saying
that's
his?
Almost guaranteed.
Yeah, that's yeah. I'm sure he said something.
Him on the Bible is peak Trump.
He has his own Bible.
My favorite book.
He signs them.
It's a really good book.
He signs them.
Which I could be. I'm not. But I could be for everything.
Yeah.
I would be against that.
Yeah.
I'd be
I'm as a person who...
Yeah, that's the craziest...
As a person who believes in the Bible, I do not love...
I don't think
someone, having their own version of the Bible called the Trump Bible. Don't love that, and the fact that he's autographing them. I will give the man credit, though. He has a heck of a signature. It's an impressive. It's like pinpoint every time. It looks like it's photocopied.
I wouldn't approve of it, but I'd feel better if it was like stamped in there with something that said like this book rules, or like favorite book, thumbs up, almost like a like how artists how at the end of the book on the back cover
favorite book, thumbs up.
Stephen King says, oh wow, this was a suspenseful tale.
Donald Trump says this Bible is the Bible.
Yeah. And here's the thing: if he had maybe had made a new translation or rearranged the book somehow,
the DLT,
then he could have did
the BLT.
But because that's how King James got it named. He didn't just say, hey man, I'm gonna sign these. And those are going to be my Bibles.
Donald J. Trump edition. That's crazy.
He put a little flair on it.
Yeah.
Dude. And whoever Gideon is, I don't know who Gideon is.
Yeah, I don't know who Gideon is really, and I should have. But he's got, shout out Motel 6. If you've been in one, you've seen a Gideon Bible for sure.
I'm pretty sure it's just a company. I think it's like a big-ass nonprofit organization that just distributes the Gideon Bible, and I think it's just a base translation. Yeah. It's like the simplest to English translation, if I'm not mistaken.
You got anything else you want to add to this, Jason? Did you have fun? Did you have
I had
a
a
time
blast
coming on with us?
I had a blast. I'm honored that you asked me to come down here. I think I asked you, hey, I just wanted to hang. I didn't even know you were going to ask me to be on the podcast. But I was like, I love the town of Madison, Indiana. Shout out 88 Kings buffet, dude.
Buffet, everybody,
it's the reason why I'm sweating profusely right now.
I can't wait to go home and throw
Dude,
up.
I have so many meats and cheeses inside
dying,
now.
I ate I'll just say, if you go to a Chinese buffet, do not get the seafood surprise. Because the crab is not real crab.
No.
But no, I had a blast here. Again, want to give you guys props to your show in general, but the live show was one of the most fun nights I've had doing comedy.
Well, we appreciate you doing it.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, we plan on having some more comedians on soon. Like I said, once we get back from New York and get situated and all that shit again, I definitely we're gonna have, once again, shout out Charlie Badger. Badger will be on an episode. Max Jensen will be on an episode. I talked to Charlie Hall the other night and he's like, yo, Terry Francona, baby, Terry 2 times. I got, my doctor said I have to quit doing drugs, I'll die.
I don't even know who Sean White is.
I don't even have a fucking doctor. Charlie Hall is gonna be on too. We're gonna hit everybody.
That was perfect. I mean, you're I don't know if you've been told this, but you're a great impressionist because you've impersonated.
I used to be known.
Both comics that I know that are named Charlie.
I did the Badger I did earlier was great. I'm going to save that and do it in person.
Save
for
the Badger,
him,
but the Charlie Hall, I mean, spot on.
I love him. I love both the Charlies.
Impressionist. He used to work on impressions and be really good. I've been trying to get him back into it.
Now that I'm like feeling myself again, dude. I'm in fucking.
I love it.
Hell yeah.
But I love all those guys. They're all going to be on. We got a plethora of people we're going to bring on the show here soon. So,
well, shout out everybody in the world.
Shout out to everybody. Dude.
Shout out to all the people.
And not the universe?
No.
Not the universe.
I don't know
what that alien pussy's going to be like, dude.
Out of this world. All right, anything else?
Put some mustard on it.
Pass it to Sean, dude.
What the hell are we doing here?
Fucking doing,
oh, God.
We love you
Shout
guys.
out Max Jensen.
Yeah.